Let's wait for a couple of minutes and let people join. And if anyone here, if you've already joined, do let me know if you hear a lot of background noise, because I have just kept the window open a little bit here, you can see. So if the noise is too much, I will close the window, because I have this main road and the Stein Bridge right beside my flat, so it can be a bit noisy. So if it is too noisy and if my voice is not clear, do let me know. I will close the window. But if it's all right, it's good. Yeah, if you have any question, just let me know. Hi Priyanshu, is Redis important for data analyst? Depends, because if you work a lot with streaming data, then maybe it will be helpful. And then again, it depends from company to company. If a company is using Redis quite heavily, if they rely on Redis, then maybe I think it will be helpful. But as such, in job descriptions, I have not seen popping this a lot. So again, it depends from use case to use case. If you're trying to solve some use case for which Redis is very helpful, it's always good to have under your belt. So if you have covered all the essential aspect of data analytics, and if you're thinking to maybe learn something new, then you can go for Redis. But if you are still learning different concepts of data analytics and you're not comfortable with those, then I would suggest learning those essentials first, and then maybe look into Redis. Just a moment ago, well, half an hour before, it was quite sunny, and then it became very gloomy, and now it's again sunny. So yeah, I think it's a cloudy day, that's why probably. Yeah, I need to go to Tesco, so if it stays sunny, it's good. Then I'll be able to go, because whenever I plan to go for grocery shopping, it always rains. So essentials include MongoDB. You can say yes or maybe no again, because see, any kind of database knowledge will definitely help. Because, well, you can take MongoDB as essential, because let's say you don't know any other database, you don't know how to connect to database. In that case, you can take MongoDB as a use case, and you can try to connect to MongoDB using different platforms like Python, or maybe some usual visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau, things like that. So once you know how to connect to an external database, I think you can easily connect to other databases as well. And once you learn one NoSQL database, I think you are in a good position to maybe pick up any other NoSQL database. So maybe you can take MongoDB as one of the databases, and then maybe from SQL side you can take another database, or you can go for data warehouse like Snowflake, something like that. So yeah, having any one of these databases under your belt is going to help you a lot, because when you try to connect to different databases, it's just the parameters the changes. So yeah, I think it's good to maybe go for MongoDB. Absolute essentials, if I have to talk about, well, I already have a video about things to learn to become a data analyst. In that video I have discussed about this in greater detail, so let me quickly find that video and I will paste the link in the chat. Mm. So this is the video. If you follow this video, you'll be able to know what are the absolute essentials for a data analyst, and this will give you a good idea. And if you know all those things which I talked about in that video, in that case you can always learn additional things. Hi Vishnu, how are you? I want to create synthetic underwater data set from surface cracks dataset, because I don't have any underwater crack dataset. So is it possible to create any suggestions? It's a really good question, I think. I don't know how scalable this solution is because I've never tried, but I think maybe you can try to use some stable diffusion based model, and you can probably provide it the surface crack images, if I'm correct. Yeah. And then maybe if you can find one or two images related to underwater cracks, and then if you can ask it to convert those images to underwater cracks, so that way I think it will be able to create something which is of your relevance. But again, you need to try that and see if it works, if you have not tried that already. But yeah, this is a really good use case of creating a synthetic uh, data set using stable diffusion or generative AI. So maybe try that. No worries, Vishnu. And if you can do, let me know probably in next live Q&A. If you try and if it works, even if it does not work, do let me know. And if by that time you're able to find a solution, do let me know. It is of no, well, I'm not working related to that, and for now cannot see any use case for that. But still, it's always good to learn, right? So I'm just trying to learn something from you. So yeah, do let us know if you can. That would be great. I'm going through your videos. Those are good. Keep uploading. I'm glad you found those videos to be helpful, Vishnu, and thanks for your kind words. Yeah, I haven't been very regular with the video upload because of a lot of things happening in personal life. A lot of things are changing. Was involved in quite a lot of things. So yeah, but I will try to streamline my content creation a bit more, and I will try to post videos regularly. But thank you so much for your kind word, and I'm glad the videos help you. Are you are sponsorship jobs possible for students after masters? Yes, it is possible. A lot of people have got. Um, but what I have seen is when you have some experience, at least 3 to 4 years of experience, it is easy to get a sponsorship job. Having said that, it's not like it is impossible to find a sponsorship job when you don't have any experience. Because recently I saw uh, one of my friends or friends of friend. He did his masters from Northumbria University, and he has joined a company. And for now, he is on post-study work visa. But I think after his probation, he will switch to skilled worker visa. So maybe in within like what, uh, 5 6 months now. So yeah, it is possible. But again, for experienced people, I have seen they straight away join the company on skilled worker visa. So yeah. How can students get internships in data science in the UK? So there are few things that you can do. Of course, you can apply online, which is probably the hardest way to find an internship, but it works. The next one is a lot of universities, they have this career portal where they post all different kind of internships on their websites. So yeah, you can find internship from there, and it is relatively easy to find there because obviously those postings will be on other websites as well. But then when it is posted on a university page, it is posted before a company posts those roles on public domains, right? So you will have early access to those roles, and you'll be able to apply via your university. So that's the second thing that you can do. The next thing is, of course, you can participate in hackathons. And when you participate in hackathons, sometimes people who are conducting those hackathons, or people who are partnered with the hackathon organizers, if they think you are really good, you're performing really well, and you have done a good job there, they may offer you an internship or sometimes even full-time role. So that's the third way. The fourth way is to go to meetups, and by going to meetups, you'll be able to make some good connections. And after making the connection, maybe if they feel like you have relevant skills, relevant knowledge, and if they feel like this particular role is suitable for you, they will contact you. So it's better to go to meetup and also share your contact. If not phone number, then of course you can share your email address and things like that. So yeah, those are the things that you can do to find an internship. And one more thing, it's good to be in touch with your professors. It's good to talk to them on a regular basis. So if they feel like um, you are a good candidate for a particular research work, or maybe they know a friend, or they know someone who is looking for a data scientist or data analyst for an internship, they can always refer you. So it's always good to be in touch with your professors. What kind of meetups? So There is this website called meetup.com where when you go to that website, you can search for your postcode, and also you can search for data science or data analytics or whichever is your preferred domain. You can search for that and it will list down all the meetups happening in your locality, and then you can go and attend those meetups. Can you recommend some good colleges for data science in UK for me with 8 CGPA? If you don't have budget restriction, if you are willing to spend a little bit more, I think it's better to go to Russell Group universities. Having said that, it doesn't really matter if you're going to Russell Group University or not, because at the end of the day your skills gonna matter, your profile and portfolio is gonna matter, right? So but then if you have some money, it's always good to go to those Russell Group universities, because for example, if you have this tie with some other candidate and you both have similar kind of skills, similar kind of portfolio, similar kind of experience, then maybe for a tiebreaker they will look at your university name and they will pick candidate based on that. Having said that, like I told you, it's always uh, important to have a good skill rather than focusing on top tier university if you cannot spend that much money. So some of the good Russell Group universities are University of Manchester, LSE, and University of Glasgow, University of Edinburgh. So these are some of the really top universities for masters in data science. And if you want to go for some non-Russell Group universities, Coventry University is a good one. Northumbria University here in Newcastle is a good one. City University of London is a good university. Yeah, so these are some of the non-Russell Group universities which you can look into. Hello, bro. What is better, data science plus AI combined or just AI? I'm going for combined. I would say going for combined is a better option, because there is an intersection between data science and AI. But when you take just AI, you will be mainly focusing on the AI part and won't pay too much attention on the data science part. But then as we see uh, big advancements in AI, it's always good to have your data science skills alongside your AI skills. So yes, it's a good choice. Is it possible to get in Russell Group University with this low CGPA? I won't say that the CGPA is that bad. So it's not just about your CGPA, it's also about what relevant things you have done. If you have some internship or experience, that will definitely add points to your profile. And if you have done some good projects, if you have done some good uh, courses, that will also help. And I think when you apply for masters, they do give consideration to certifications as well. When it comes to job, it may not be that important, but when it comes to universities, they do look into your certification. And if you have published some paper, that is again going to help you a lot. So there are a lot of things. It's not just about um, it's not just about GPA. So yeah, thanks a lot for sharing and suggesting everyone on YouTube for free. And yes, making time for that. Thanks for everyone. I'm glad you find these sessions to be helpful, and that's the idea. Because see, when I was trying to learn data science, when I wanted to get into data science, it was just really hard to find a lot of resources online because of the fact that data science was very new at that time. But then also, even reading different articles, there are different opinions, different things. So I just try to share my journey to become a data scientist. And now that I have become a data scientist and I have some experience in the field, I just want to provide as much information as possible to the programming Cradle family. By the way, where are you from? India. So I am from Kota, Rajasthan. Where are you from? Chets. I'm sure um I pronounce it correctly. Chets. If wrong, please correct me. I was just trying to adjust the table. I was trying to find a better comfortable position because my leg is kind of, what do you call it, numb. Yeah, so it's numb. But I like this spot, sitting next to window, especially when it's sunny. So yeah, I like this spot. If you can see outside, maybe. So this is a cathedral, and when, the road that you're seeing there, when you follow that road, you can see Tyne Bridge as well. Tyne Bridge is one of the very popular destinations in Newcastle. So it's quite popular. It's very old. So yeah. How is Clear University for my combined course? Um, it's a it's an okay university. Because it depends what you're looking for, and the course content is okay. There are other universities where you may have some good course content. If you ask me now, I won't be able to tell because I don't remember the course content of all the universities by heart. But yes, there are other universities where you might be able to find some good course, but then they may be a little bit expensive as compared to K University. So yeah, but then they do cover all the important aspects, so that's a good thing. And the good thing about any of the universities here in the UK is that they have good resources, they have good connections in the market. Most of the universities, maybe not all. But yeah, most of the universities, they have good connection in the market. They do quite a lot of research with other companies, so there's always opportunity to do those kind of projects. Dharam University is a Russell Group university, so I cannot directly compare KU with Dharam University. But just to give you an example, we proposed 3 projects to Dharam University, and we got 3 students from Dharam University to work on 3 different use cases. And one of the students we really liked, and he was able to perform really well, and he delivered things of really good quality. So we thought, why not hire him and add him to our team? So it's also important to choose the right type of project for a dissertation, because that way, if you perform really well, you will be able to get a job right after your graduation, so you don't have to look for job outside. And this is being done by all the universities. um, I think it's just, you need to see what's the location of the university. So if it is too far from city and there aren't a lot of companies around it, then maybe it will be hard for the university to collaborate with the companies. So just that the concern. So if you check that box out, I think it's an okay university. And due to medical conditions, I had a huge gap, but I have documents to support it. Uh, it's Chaitan. Hello, Chaitan. It's my gaming tag. What type of games do you like to play, Chaitan? Universities that I would suggest. I'm just looking the location of Cradle University, because you say it's quite close to the second bridge, not bridge, but the second river from Newcastle. So mm, well, it is quite far from Newcastle, but then they might be having some Newcastle there. So it's very close to Birmingham, which is good. And yeah, you asked about which universities I would suggest. So what I would say is, like I told you, all the universities, they do provide good resources, so that's not a problem. What you need to see is, as you are interested in AI as well, so you need to see that that university is covering machine learning and deep learning as well. Uh, and I would like to say something, or maybe I would just like to tell something about the study or the kind of course structure you get here in the UK is very different. They won't teach you everything in depth, but they will provide you all the material to learn about it. So if you want to learn about the nitty gritty of machine learning algorithm, you want to learn about the mathematical part of it, and same for deep learning, you can do that. You will have resources, and if you don't have resources, you can always learn online. But the professors won't teach you. Um, so that is something which you need to keep in mind. But if you want to understand the working of machine learning model or deep learning model, that's what you will be able to learn from the course. So what's important is, when you're looking at a university and you're looking at a course content, make sure you have machine learning, deep learning as a module in your course. So using that, you'll be able to pick. And apart from that, you need to also look at a location. So make sure that university is not too far from the city, it is not too isolated. So if that works for you, then I think you can pick those universities. So maybe one of the universities is University of Hertfordshire or University of Westminster or City University of London. Those are some of the universities are which have good course, and then they are uh, adequately located near the city. So those are some of the universities which I can suggest. And then again you have Manchester Metropolitan University. So these are some of the universities which I can suggest. I play CSGO, Valo, and masters in PUBG PC. Have gaming experience of 15 years. That's great. You are a pro gamer. My brother, he used to play CSGO. There was another game. I'm just trying to remember. Apex Legend. So he used to play that game a lot, and of course COD. So similar genre. So he he liked playing those games. Now it has become less. I used to play Sniper Ghost things, Need for Speed, those kind of games. But now I play some lightweight games. You can call them mobile games, but then they are cross-platform, so they do run on laptop or PC as well. So I play games like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. So when you see these uh, live Q&A video thumbnail, you will see those small chibi characters, right? They are chibi stickers, so they are the characters from those games. So I play those games for now. I don't do very serious gaming anymore, but yeah, once I have time, I really like playing games still. So once I have more time, once I have proper resources and setup, then I will again probably play game on a regular basis. But yeah, it's good to know that we have a gamer in our programming Cradle family. Hey Roshan, how have you been doing? Doing doing well, Rupa. Thanks. It's a sunny day, so sunny day is always uh, it's always cheerful. So that's good. And I have to go to Tesco after this. So let's hope it stays like this. Apex Legends, yes. Rupa is a gamer too. She likes to play games. She always try to uh, find different games, and whichever games she suggests, they are usually good. I like playing those games. So games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, it was Rupa's suggestion. Thanks a lot, bro. Holy shit. Gamer, when you have time. My screen is glaring, so I need to just do keep it like this. Yeah. When you have time, that's amazing, bro. I would like to know routine. Yeah. Rupa and I have even created this Twitch channel. Probably you will be able to find link somewhere in programming Cradle channel. But just because of this busy schedule and a lot of moving around and changing places, it didn't go really that far. Couldn't keep it up. But yeah, once things are a little bit more settled, uh, we'll get back to Twitch as well, hopefully. Thanks a lot for your guidance. Would surely like to connect with you on LinkedIn and Insta as well. Will keep myself updated with your YouTube videos. I'm glad, Tanush, you found these live Q&A helpful. So yeah, it's always good to have these kind of conversations here in live Q&A, because that way I'm able to help a lot of people. And I think I've seen your request. I just didn't get chance to go to LinkedIn yet. So yeah, we can connect on LinkedIn. I usually try to answer questions on LinkedIn as well, but the thing is, there are so many questions, it becomes really hard to go to each and every message one by one and then answer them. So that's why I try to do these live Q&A on YouTube every Saturday on regular basis, so that I can answer as many questions as possible here on YouTube. See that smile face, once a gamer, always a gamer. Yep, that's true. We barely stream. Yeah, we barely stream. That is true. It was maybe for like 5 6 weeks, maybe. That's all. I think we started at a wrong time because uh, we knew that there are going to be a lot of changes. We need to shift places. Uh, but then I think it's all right. We have a platform all set up, so when we want to pick it up, we can always pick it up. Are there any jobs for Electrics in UK, and how is the job market now in 2024? Uh, Electrics users, yes, there are a lot of Electrics users. Even in my company, there are a lot of people, they like to use Electrics, and I have recently seen the power of Electrics, and it seems like a very powerful tool. You can do quite a lot of heavy lifting, quite a lot of um, data transformation pipeline in Electrics. So it's a really good tool. So yes, there are a lot of users here in the UK. A lot of people, they like to use Alteryx. And about job market, I think you might have already seen on the internet there are a lot of layoffs happening around the world. So no, it's not good at all. But on the bright side, I'm seeing a lot of people here in the UK after completing their masters, they are posting on LinkedIn that they have got a new role, they are starting a new role. So it is always motivating to see that a lot of people are getting jobs as well. So I would say it is bad, it's not as good as it can be, but it is possible to find a job. When will be your next Q&A? So I do these live Q&A every Saturday 12 p.m. UK time. So when it's 5.5 hour difference um, in UK and India time, it will be 5:30 India time, and then when it's 4.5 hour difference, then it will be 4:30 for you. But I always do 12 p.m. UK time. Hope I can get some referral from you for internship as part-time or part-time work in future. Also would like to meet you after coming there to increase our network. Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Be in touch, and if I can find some internship or part-time work or maybe full-time work, and if I can refer, I'll be more than happy to refer. So I'm always up for helping as many people as I can. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? Like, you guys professionally connected or friends? We know each other from our college days in back in 2014 when I was in my bachelor's. So yeah, we know each other from a very very long time. When I started doing these live Q&A maybe 2 years back, I think. Maybe not 2 years, but yeah, this year in June, July, it will be uh, the second anniversary of live Q&As. But yeah, initial people used to join quite a lot because of an obvious reason, that I used to make a lot of videos. So obviously people used to know and people were active. But lately we've had less and less number of people in live Q&A. But as I start making videos quite regularly, we'll have more audience. But it's always good because every time I do these live Q&A for an hour or so, we always have at least 5 6 people joining, and we always have these good conversation here, and I really like coming to um, I always like coming to YouTube as a live session, so it always feels good, and I always look forward to these sessions. Hi Dipanshu, hi Ashutosh. So currently I think I missed that. Hey, what do you think about enterprise level NLP tools? What do you think about enterprise level NLP tools? Any specific tool that you're talking about, Ashutosh? If you could mention that, it will give more clarity to the question, hopefully. So, yeah, if you can mention some of the tools. Uh, so currently, I got my friend's ID and learning data science, and I am doing good. I had zero programming knowledge, but now it's going good and making small programs. Will it work? And they have ML, NLP, etc. Yeah, definitely. You can learn things, and for me, what's important is you know things and you know how to build stuff, but not just build stuff. You also understand how things work under the hood, because when it comes to uh, enterprise level, you usually work with quite a large chunk of data. You just don't work on those small data sets, and when you are using those large data sets, you need to make sure that your code is optimized to run faster, because you cannot always just sit for a simple transformation for days to run. So yeah, it's important to you understand how things work under the hood so that you can optimize it if needed. So yes, when you start things out, it's always good to just understand how things work, but once you start getting hold of it, once you know how to build stuff, after that you need to start understanding how things are running under the hood, and how to optimize them even further. Like their services for summarization and text understanding, like Amazon comprehend, are effective for real life projects. Yes, they are being used quite a lot in the industry as well, and on top of that, most of the times they are paid services. Obviously, when you sign up as a student or a researcher, you can sometimes get free credit, so you can use it. But yes, those tools are really good, they are really professional, and they do work very well, because we as an organization, we use a lot of different AWS services, Azure services, some of the GCP services as well, on daily basis. So yes, they are they are really effective for real life real life projects. B, how can I get internship in data science, and when is the right time to apply for same in the UK? I talked about how to find an internship uh, earlier in this session, but just to quickly give you a summary, you can do a few things. Apply online, you can go to meetups, you can keep in touch with your professors and maybe get referral from them. You can participate in hackathons. So yeah, those are the things you can do to find an internship. And when is the right time to apply the same? When it comes to internship, I would say as soon as you feel like you have gained some knowledge, you have learned some concepts of data science, and you can create projects on your own without any handholding. I think that's the right time to start applying for internship. So it could be after 1 month of your course commence, and or maybe after the first semester. So it depends totally on you what kind of experience you have or what kind of knowledge you have. So as soon as you can start applying for internship, that's great. What is tools and technologies? What is tools and technology? Tools are like Python programming. It's a tool. For visualization, you have Tableau and Power BI. They are tools. So it's just like you make if you're making let's say a table, right? You're going to use a nail gun, hammer. Those are the tools. And then the technique is, first, do you want to make a table top or do you want to make legs? Different carpenter will follow different methodologies and different techniques. So that is going to be a methodology or technique. And the third thing is technologies. So for technologies, um, like I told you, there are going to be hammers and nail guns. So you can uh, put a nail in a table using a hammer or a nail gun. So which technology do you want to use? Do you want to use hand tool or do you want to use a power tool? So those are going to be technology. So if we convert that into a data science world, tools are going to be a Python, uh, Python programming, Tableau, Power BI. If you're going to do some deep learning stuff, for that you have different frameworks like PyTorch, or do you want to use TensorFlow? Those are going to be tools. As for technologies, you can solve a same problem using traditional machine learning algorithm, or you can use a deep learning. So these are technologies. So that's what technologies are. I hope it made sense to you, but if you still have any queries, do let me know. But thus they generalize well on data. uh, so most of the times, yes, they do. But then sometimes you will have to, for example, if I give you an example of AWS SageMaker, right? So in AWS SageMaker, you can create a whole data science lifecycle without using a code. You can just do drag and drop, and you can set up the whole data science lifecycle pipeline, and it will work just fine. But then if your data is really complex, if the data is messy, you haven't cleaned the data well, in that case you'll have to do some fine tuning. You can set the parameters as well. So there will always be that case or scenario where you'll have to work on the pipeline, you'll have to work on the model to make them generalize well on the data. But in most cases they do work quite well. I'm doing masters in data science from Northumbria right now, September intake, right? So you would have finished your first semester, I think. I have missed graduate scheme last year, September, December. Right. Now, how should I go about applying for job in big companies? Is the job situation really bad for data analysts in UK. Yeah, it is bad, frankly speaking. But then when I'm looking at people on LinkedIn, a lot of people are getting job here in the UK from different universities. So I would say it is still possible, and most of them are data analyst or data scientist roles. So it is possible to get a job, but the job market is highly competitive, and number of jobs are also less because, as you might already be aware of, these mass layoffs happening around the world. So it also impacts UK job market as well. So yeah, job market is bad, but don't get demotivated by that because it's not in your hand, right? All you can do is improve your profile. You can work on your skills and maybe get a job. But it is possible to find a job. It's not like it is highly impossible. Whoops. Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you have missed the graduate scheme, that's fine. But I think there will still be some of the companies like BAE Systems and some other companies. I just can't remember the name. But there will be a lot of companies where they will still, uh, I think, in May around that time, they will still bring some more graduate roles. So you should be apply for those roles. So you just need to keep looking for um, graduate roles. Where should I apply? Also, I know this is a often repeated question, so don't get that's totally fine. How how should I go about applying job? Any tips and tricks? Um, I don't know if it was your question or was it someone else's. Okay, it was someone else's question. That's fine. So yeah. Um, where should I apply? For graduate roles, I think it is a bit hard, but I think there are some websites which you can use to apply for graduate roles. If you give me a second, I would like to do a quick search because I don't remember the website's name, but I think I may know some of the keywords which I can try to find that website, because on that website you usually get a lot of graduate roles. um, what was that? GRADUATE. It's a very popular website, I just can't remember it. One important place is that uh, you can look for a lot of graduate roles on your companies, not companies, but on your university's career page, because usually on university's career page they do post quite a lot of graduate roles. So that would be the first place to start. If grad cracker is the website, I'm not sure because I don't think I have heard of cracker before. What I'll do is I will try to find that website because some of my friends, they did use that website quite a lot and they were able to get some calls as well. I'll try to ask them and hopefully I'll be able to tell you in the next live Q&A about that website. But then I just can't find the website just yet. Any tips? So this traditional way of applying for job will always be there and you can always use these. Other things that you can do is you can go to meetups, try to make some good connections there. And when I talk about making connections, I think it's important for me to maybe make a video on how to make a good connection in meetups and video, because it's always pretty in-depth discussion on this. So I'll make a video on this, but just to give you an idea in short, making connection is not just sending them uh, connection request on LinkedIn. It's about keeping in touch on regular basis, and also not making them feel uncomfortable or making them feel like you're just bugging them. So you can always ask them for guidance, maybe once every 2 weeks, and whenever you work on those things, it's always good to go back to them and show them that you have also worked on the advice they have given or the guidance they have given. And also, if you can somehow find some good resources for them, maybe which can be helpful for them, it will also have a really good impact. So that's how you make a good connection, both in uh, online world and as well as in person world. So when you go to a meetup, you can do the same thing, and if you are connecting with someone on LinkedIn, you can do the exact same thing. So that's how you make good connections. Participate in hackathons. Hackathons are always good to showcase your skills, do projects and have a good portfolio. And you can also send cold emails. I don't know how well it works because it didn't work very well for me, but then everyone suggests doing this on LinkedIn and other places. So I'll just suggest you, maybe it will work for you. It didn't work for me. But yeah, you can do those things, and also keep in touch with your professors. Sometimes they can also give you some referrals if they come across some role in their friends or in their colleagues circle. So those are things which you can do. They are separate from the traditional way, but I think they do work in most cases. Just one personal only answer of feel comfortable in your, is your loan paid, or if what you if what you in how much time. So no, I have not paid my loan yet. I still have to pay like more than 50%, or maybe just above 50%. I still have to pay that amount back. I have set a target that maybe in next 12 months I need to pay back my loan. That's my personal target. I don't know if that is achievable or not, but I think it is achievable for sure. But then there will always be those external factors. So yeah, that's the target, and I still have to pay back my education loan. So for me, Kill is worth investing. As you said, it's close to Birmingham. Yeah, it could be, but then there are so many factors. If you have not watched the video where I have talked about how to choose a university, maybe check that video first, and decide what are your important criteria. So based on that, you can give some points to each criteria, and if you feel like the university has enough points, you can definitely go for that. But if you feel like based on your criteria this is not the right university, then you will decide. Because from my perspective, I can say okay, this is a good university or this is a bad university, but at the end of the day, you know your situation much better than I know. So I think at the end of the day, it should be your decision. But what I will do is I will try to look for, if you have looked for some specific course, it would be good if you could let me know the exact name of the course, like MSc data science and AI, something like that. Whatever is the name of the course, if you could let me know, I will look into the course content, and I can probably provide you some feedback or input in my next live Q&A. Or what you can do is just remind me in the comment section of this live Q&A that you are waiting for my response. For that, I will respond back to your comment so that you know where to find the answer. I am currently enrolled in diploma in data science from IIT Madras. What are the Basic prep for remote jobs for a fresher. Basic prep. I think the most important thing is whatever you are learning from your diploma, learn them properly and be very comfortable with those things, because when you go to an interview, because even for remote jobs you will need to go through an interview. So they're not going to ask you something which is going to be outside of your course. So the first thing is you need to be very comfortable with what you are learning and you know what you are learning. The next thing is do some good projects, and while you're doing your diploma, I'm pretty sure that you will be doing quite a lot of projects as well. So try to productionize them, try to structure them, because when we are learning these things and we are doing projects, we usually just do them in one Jupyter notebook. But that's not how things work in production. You need to put them into separate Python file, you need to put them in separate directory and create a proper folder structure, things like that, and then put it on your GitHub. And if you can productionize it somehow using Streamlit or something like that, you can productionize it. That will definitely give you an edge over any other of your batchmates. So those are the kind of prep that you can do. Yeah, that's what you can do. Thanks a lot, much appreciated. By the way, what are your views on the new 3 pound thingy rule now? Yeah, they have increased the threshold for skilled worker visa quite a lot, like for by 10,000 pound, which is quite outrageous. Because the thing is, if you are a fresher, a lot of companies they don't want to pay you 38,000 pound. The average salary is from 30 to 35,000 pounds. So it just becomes really hard for a fresher to get a skilled worker visa, because you won't have that much salary. But then if you think about it, even in the past it was not that easy to get a skilled worker visa um, for a fresher. So what company usually want is they want you to work for the company for a certain number of months, if not years. And while you are on your student visa or post study work visa, when you work for that company, you'll be able to show your value. And then if company feels like yes, you are a good candidate, they will sponsor your visa. So for example, if you join a company at 35,000 pound, and if you work really well for a year, and if the company feels like yes, you are a good candidate, they will give you a salary hike, and then you will be at 38,000 pound or maybe more, and then you can apply for skilled worker visa. So I think it's fine, but I don't think it's really good for freshers. I'm in my last and second semester. Should I start applying for jobs in Europe or just the UK? I would suggest you can apply in whole of Europe and not just in UK, because a lot of times you'll be able to find jobs outside of the UK as well. I had this interview, and I had this offer from one of the company. I think it was a bank. No, I don't exactly remember. It's been a year now, uh, because there were multiple companies. So they were ready to offer me a job, and then but then it was in Europe. I think it was in Peru. Yeah, I think it was in Peru. So yeah, it is possible to find a job outside of the UK. So I would suggest you can apply for jobs outside of the UK as well. MSc Data Science. and AI. I have looked into the course content of this course. It's just I need to refresh my mind because it's been a while. So I'll look into the course content and I will get back to you. How did you get job at Stanley Black and Decker? Did LinkedIn land you a job there or what? How was the process like? Yes, I applied through LinkedIn, and it was a very usual process. I applied through LinkedIn, but then the response that I got from the HR was, we will not be continuing with your application. We will continue with other applicants. But then I think other applicants were not good enough in the interview process. So the HR, she reached out to me and she was like, "Are you still looking for a job?" And luckily, I was in the last round of that European company. So I was like, yes, I'm still looking for, because I was in the last round, but I was not having the offer in my hand. So I was like, yes, I am still looking for a job. So they conducted several interviews, but the good thing was it happened very quickly. So within like 2 weeks, uh, I had this offer. So I thought it's better to just stay here in the UK rather than moving to a new country, because I haven't explored UK just yet. So yeah, that was the kind of process. It wasn't something very unique or different from what other people would do. So yeah, that was the whole process. What is your schedule of live Q&A session? Well, ideally I should have ended it 9 minutes ago, but we have a lot of questions, so I just thought I'll just take these questions. Usually I do live Q&A every Saturday 12 p.m. UK time. So I was discussing this earlier. So if we have like 5.5 hour gap between UK and India time, then it will be at 5:30 IST for you. But in summertime, when it's 4.5 hour time difference, it will be at 4:30 for you. But for me, it's 12 p.m. UK time every Saturday, and I usually do it for 1 hour. What is that skilled working visa and PSW and whatever? I don't know, please. So post study work visa is a visa that you automatically get once you finish your course. So, well, when I say automatically, you don't need to satisfy any other requirements. You just need to finish your course, but you'll have to apply separately for that visa. So that's the only requirement for that visa, and you get it for 2 years when you do masters, and you get it for 3 years when you do PhD. Skilled worker visa is a sponsorship job, and that is something you get from the company. And when you are on skilled worker visa for 5 years, you can apply for PR. But when you are on post study work visa or student visa, those visas don't count towards your 5 year to get a PR. So that's the difference. I applied to many companies right now, and I just got a reply for psychometric test assignment. So how should I prepare for those general assignments and psychometric tests for the company's job? Well, these are the tests which are really clunky, I would say. I won't say they are difficult. I won't say they are uh, hard to pass, but they are clunky because they use these gamified version of the test. So you'll have to move cursor, you'll have to move balls from one location to another location. You will have to, sometimes you will have that checkered board sort of thing where all the coins will be flipped, and then you'll have to uh, pair pair two similar patterns together. You need to do it in a quick succession. Sometimes you will have these needles moving uh, back and forth, and you'll have to stop in specific locations. It may sound pretty easy, but when you actually do, those systems don't work as smoothly as you would expect it to be. So I personally don't like those tests, but they are not hard at all. So if the system works perfectly fine, I think you will be able to clear them relatively easily. But for different companies, they have different type of this gamified version of the psychometric and tests. Some company they just give you scenarios and you have to give your best judgment. So yeah, those are the type of questions you get. For some companies I did like some of the questions because it was just a plain question and you had to select an option out of the options available, which I personally like. And I don't mind aptitude tests as well, where you have question and then multiple option you can select. But this gamified version, I just hate it, I guess. uh, because it's clunky. So yeah, um, to prepare it, I think when you search for psychometric test or aptitude test UK gamified version, something like that, you will be able to find some of the mock test. I don't remember the websites, but you should be able to find something online. Look through the course content. I have no worry. Oh yeah, sure. I look at the course content and I will let you know. uh, I guess you wanna go. Bye, brother. And you didn't explain your routine. If you want, you can explain now or next Saturday. Yeah, sure. For weekdays, it's quite simple. My work starts at 8 a.m. in the morning, so I usually get up at 6 a.m. and I do my morning routine, make breakfast if I can. I usually log in at around 7:30 or 7:45 just to check all my emails before the first meeting. And yeah, after the first meeting, there are sometimes a lot of meetings day, then you won't be able to work on the actual stuff. So your actual work starts after maybe 4:30, because the thing is a lot of the meetings that I have, they are in the second half of the day, mainly because people from the US, they come online at around that time. So it's the start of their working hour and it's end of our working hour, so we tend to align our meetings around that time. So usually I finish my work at 5:50 in the best case scenario. Sometimes it can go up to 7 p.m. as well. Uh, but it totally depends on the workload. It's not like it's always the case. So after finishing that, I tend to do exercise for an hour or so, and then taking bath and cooking, eating until I'm done with those things. It's around 9:30 to 10. After that, like I told you, I play some games before going to bed, and then I sleep, and then repeat the same thing the next day. During weekends, it's a little bit different. Every Saturday 12 p.m. I have these live Q&As. I So before that, I tend to cook for the whole weekend, and then I do these live Q&A. And after the Q&A, I do my weekly shopping, grocery shoppings. So I need to go and do my grocery shopping. After coming back, I will either watch some videos related to, it could be data science, it could be web development. By the way, I'm learning web development now, so it could be related to web development, or maybe any um, economics related video, something like that, where I am learning something. Once I'm done with those things, again I do my exercise in the evening, and then taking bath, cooking. Well, cooking is already done, so just eating, and then playing some game and sleep. On Sundays, I keep it very flexible. If some I need to meet some friends, I meet them. I tend to, well, I have added it on my calendar now that I need to allocate some time for YouTube on Sundays. So I will be making videos, editing videos, planning for next video. So I'm trying to make a machine learning course now, so I need to plan for that. So those are the kind of things I do on Sundays, and then obviously in between talking to my parents. So that's the kind of routine that I follow. Anybody does it perfectly. mm, I'm not sure what it is related to, but yeah, I think it's really hard to be perfect in anything, uh, but you always try to be perfect. By the way, this Geordie accent here in Newcastle is so damn hard. Yeah, it is. It is very hard. Um, I have had so many issues talking to Geordie people in the beginning, but now I've got used to. Now I can understand a bit. I won't say that I understand completely, but now I've started understanding it a little more. Hey Bhagya, I'm doing good. How are you? Do you mean you have 48 hours in one day? You can say so. If I had, it would have been great. Uh, but yeah, I like to keep myself busy. I'm not a very outgoing person, especially for parties and stuff. But I do really like to go to. I really like to travel. So I traveled a bit last year, and hopefully I'll be traveling a lot more this year. So yeah, thank you so much. Your teaching videos are helping me now. I'm glad the videos are helping you. Yeah, I'm still in planning phase. So what things to cover, and I think I will start with the important stuff like machine learning algorithm and explaining those things in my own way, because when I've explained a lot of concepts to my friends, they found it to be really easy to understand. So I will try to follow the same philosophy while teaching these machine learning algorithms. So hopefully I will start putting these videos out maybe from next week or maybe next to next week. I will try to make it fast because I really need to get back to my proper YouTube routine. But yeah, here you missed my phrase above. Sorry about that. Do you go to clubs and all? As Newcastle is known for nightlife, don't you go out to pigs markets and stuff? No, I don't. I don't really do clubbing. I haven't been to clubs at all in my entire life. Okay, I've been to club once because it was my brother's concert in Bangalore. It was during my bachelor's. So on New Year, he had this concert, or he had this set to play. He was a DJ at the time. So he invited me. So I just went there to support my brother. But apart from it, I've never been to clubs. It's just not my thing. I don't like going to clubs and pubs. And I don't drink at all. So yeah, it's not my cup of tea, I would say. I've been so busy. I had written exams. After that, I took a break for a week. Now, second semester is being started. All the best for your second semester, and I hope your exams went well. I remember you uh, saying you had exams, so yeah, I hope it went well. and good luck for your second semester. I think this is a good time to maybe start applying for graduate roles or maybe full-time roles or uh, uh, internships, things like that. I think you're already doing some sort of internship. Yeah, but it's a good time to start thinking about applying for jobs, be it mm, graduate role or be it full time. Right, we are well over 1 hour now. We are 22 minutes past 1 hour. So I will see you guys next Saturday. Okay, we have one more question. By the way, here is my master's. Here in my master's, everything is just self learning. Yes, that's what I was saying earlier. Nothing really taught by the professors. All I do is go to the library and study from data camp only. Yeah, so universities only provide you resources. They won't teach you everything. They won't do this hand holding stuff which we are very used to in our Indian universities and colleges. So that does not happen here. You'll have to do everything on your own. I personally like this way simply because I have a lot of freedom to learn things in my own way, and while learning, I can do different projects. So yes, it works for me, but a lot of people they don't like this kind of learning. So you need to be aware of that. Yeah, Bhagya, I'm having a good weekend uh, as always. Uh, what is bootcamp meant here? I know military one. Bootcamp is, there are a lot of online bootcamps. There are a lot of physical bootcamp where you just go and learn things. You can take it as a course. So you just go, you meet like-minded people. They want to learn data science, data analytics. You want to learn data science, data analytics. You work in groups. You work on different projects. You learn concepts, and yeah, that's what data science bootcamp is. So what am I giving £19,000 for, bro? You are giving 19,000 for the experience that you are gaining here, there, the connection that you are making. You are experiencing a different culture. You are learning about a different culture. So that's what you're paying 90,000 for. And I know it's a pretty vague answer, but that's how things are. You, and I think a lot of people in my batch, initially when they came to do masters, they were like, I paid 24,000 pound and they're not even teaching anything, and I just hate it. But the thing is, at the end of the year, when they learned everything on their own, when they worked on the projects on their own, they learned a lot more in 1 year uh, as compared to what they had learned in 4 years in their um uh, bachelor's back in India. So that's the thing. When you do a lot of things on your own, you learn a lot more, you gain a lot more experience, and you become a lot more independent while working on a data science project. And I think uh, that's what you're paying for, and the resources that you get here is definitely better than what you get uh, elsewhere, because even in US you pay way lot more than 19,000 pound, and it's exactly the same what you are getting here. So yeah, I would say it depends from person to person. Some people they won't agree to my point. Some people they will agree. Everyone will have different opinions. So yeah, but it's the same in all the universities here in the UK. It's not like it's just with Northumbria University. It's the same for Newcastle University as well. It's gonna be same for University of Liverpool, Leeds, things like that. Any of the university you name, you will have to learn things on your own. Professors are not gonna teach you a lot more. Which university? I think MD mentioned he's doing his masters from Northumbria University. So yeah, great MT. Hopefully I'll see you in the next Q&A. I agree with you. It's the environment you grow into, right? Exactly. It's the environment that helps you grow, and not that just one person who is standing in front of you giving you the lecture. So yeah. All right. I hope you all found this session to be helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I will see you guys next Saturday, 12 p.m. UK time. See you. Bye. Happy learning.